Hello guys, welcome back to Off Track Wonders. So here we go on another one of our adventures. This time, as you've been following our videos, hopefully you've not been waiting for too long for track 10. So this is a very interesting video which we'll be posting today. What we're going to be seeing today?
We are mainly walking in the neighborhood in Vilnius called Untitled on the hill. And this track is named Paupa, which is along the river. So we will see some noble houses, mansions, some churches, monasteries, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and also it's going to be very cool today because there's going to be a lot of drone footage as well of the churches as well, which we'll be seeing. So yeah, keep watching and see what lies ahead of track 10. Hello guys, so one of our first things we'll be seeing on our track is right behind us. We have a Chinese villa. So right behind us, this Chinese villa was made in 1888, which just up in the corner there you'll see the date there which it was actually made. Now a lot of people they don't know the reason why this villa was called Chinese villa. So we'll see the reason why.
So here we are closer to the Chinese villa. And as James already mentioned, people are not 100% sure where the name came from. Since in the 19th century, in this villa, there used to be a restaurant called China. So that's one of the possible reasons. The other one, which is even more obvious, is that next to the villa, in this territory, there used to be a Chinese garden. And it spread it along up to the river, and it was very nicely planned. There was a pond in the middle with an island on it, so it was really nicely done. Nowadays here you will find a building of university that belongs to the faculty of mathematics and informatics, so it's serving as a university building now. And from the park, well, there's not much left, just a few trees. So actually the sources that we checked online lied a little bit, or they are outdated. Nowadays it's not a building of university. Well, it doesn't seem to be like it. It's a building where you can find some commerce offices and an accreditation office, which I have no idea what it does, but yeah, so it's still being used, but not for museum purposes.
Looks like this place had its days. Oh, it's really had its whole days here. What's this place about?
This building was built in 1885 and it served as a fire station. And nowadays it has new owners for a few years now, but they haven't done much to it, so we still don't know, no one knows what it's gonna be turned into. So it's just standing abandoned there in a critical condition.
And they even got the fire alarms on there. Well, the alarm speakers. But I think this place is alarmed up because it's got G4S sign on there, so
yeah,
I think we want to be pretty careful. Oh, you're right, it is actually abandoned. Hello guys, so right behind us we have the embassy of the Netherlands and Denmark. Now this was once a mansion, and this mansion was built in the 1826. So this is how it is now, right behind us.
The history of this house during World War I and World War II is very interesting. So between the wars it actually belonged to Polish military, and it was their like military officers club. And then when Nazi German soldiers took over so it became their own office. And then when Soviet soldiers came, they took it over, and it also served as a military office and a special police force office. And during Soviet Union, from the 60s up to the end of the Soviet Union, it was a place for writers and artists together. So from 1956 up to 90s, it was an organization here that was responsible for the relations between Lithuanian artists, writers with foreign artists and writers.
Here we have right behind us is the general's house. Now this house was built in 19th century, and now you see behind us, this is now the British embassy behind us. So yeah, you'll see this when you pass on our way on our track.
So here we are about to check out again the St. Peter's and Paul's Church. I'm saying again because you saw it on our earlier walks, but this time we are lucky because it's open, and actually what's inside really matters, because you can find 2,000 sculptures made from white stone, and it's all about Baroque style decoration. So let's look around.
Yeah, so we're on our way. We've just finished seeing the St. Peter's Church. So yeah, we're gonna see what we're gonna see now.
We're gonna see a few more mansions, monasteries, cemeteries, a lot of stuff left to check out.
Yeah. And also just on the left of us here, we have the palace, which I'll post one of the videos above about the palace and all the information there. But yeah, it's a really cool palace, and also we went to his grave as well, the cemetery where the owner of this palace was buried as well. So it's a really cool video. Check it above. So yeah, we're gonna see some more stuff, more history in Vilnius.
So not far from our last stop, there's another stop, and this is a park of Sapiegos. Sapiegos was a noble family in the history of Lithuania, responsible for politics and all kinds of historical stuff. And they own this park, and they owned a palace, which we will see. And this park is under reconstruction now, so we can't see everything, but it's still impressive.
Yeah, and this park is very big. I can't imagine someone owning such a big park here, but you'll see how big it is in the video. But yeah, let's check out the palace. So you see these buildings behind us. So now these days, these are like startups, like startup buildings, and like you see there's like some cafes and stuff like that here. Now before this place, this used to be a military hospital here. So quite a very old military hospital here in this park. So it's hard to imagine that, you know, because it's so peaceful right now, it's hard to imagine that this used to actually be like a you know, military hospital here, with like lots of injured people used to be here from the Soviet times. All the patients what used to be here and it's like so quiet now.
And actually these buildings served as a hospital for a while. So it started with World War I, and then it went on even until a few years back. So when the war finished, it was made into a hospital and served as a hospital until a few years ago.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but I think this is probably one of the hauntedest parks in Vilnius, I think. But we could try to see, we could check what it looks like inside. Maybe we'll look for the windows and stuff like that to see how it looks.
Called Išganytojo bažnyčia. It is a nice tiny church which is a bit hidden from the main road, and next to it there's a female monastery today.
Whoa, I've never seen that before. I've saw like a lot of bikes, but like not as close as I did then. I mean, like we were just seeing the church, all of a sudden we saw some motorbikes. I ran to get some cool footage. So yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah, it's like a never-ending line. So I guess the bike season is open here in Vilnius.
Yeah, I think that's what it might be. Yeah, I don't know what they've commemorated before, but like, yeah, there was a lot of motorbikes here. A lot.
Old and new of different types.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll be joining them.
Awesome. So we have been walking along the river Neris, and here we reached the part of Untitled towards the end, where the streamy and swampy part begins. So this is actually a well-known place, natural place, where they have streams and they have some preserved species of plants. We did some research, and these streams are not used for drinking right now because they're very little and they're a bit polluted. But back in the day, this was one of the places where people would come for water. So we will continue along the river. There's a sign. The track from here is very simple, just straight ahead to the beaches.
As you see just right behind us, there's some like just really old, they really look like abandoned garages. So I'm just trying to think about back in the Soviet times, they would have these like garages, and they were actually using these in the Soviet age, fixing their vehicles. Now back there they just look completely abandoned now. Let's go, there's even more ahead of us. It's crazy.
Another confirmation that we're heading the good way. There's a board marked where we are. So meaning that we walked more than half of the trek, and now the nature part of it is left. So now we will be heading to the park, which is a park for walks and also a park for climbing. So we'll see if it's busy. It's a very nice day, so I think it should be very busy with people.
Crazy.
It seems that there is a beach in front of us. We should go check it out. So we have just checked out the stream on the way, and even though they say that most of the streams found here are not good for drinking, but the stream that we were checking out seems to be giving pure water, since there were a number of people coming with bottles and filling them up and washing their hands and faces. So I guess that's one of the few streams that are good for drinking. Good to know.
So not far from where the stream is, we're in a park called Uno Park. So yeah, so basically, as you can see, they have like a lot of things here in this park which you could climb on. And actually, we're also, well, since we're here, we've got to like participate, and we have to take something. I would like to know how many of you would be who would like to come to this park and do some climbing here, or take this bridge which we're taking right now.
So now this is the part where we have to go under the bridge, which is what we're doing, and these steps seem very ancient, but I hope they will hold us. This is new, you're right. Look, this looks newly built. Look at the windows. They're still don't show any signs.
Yeah, it looks like actually abandoned. Oh, just freshly made. Oh, and look. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Not perfect, but manageable. So we have arrived at the first beach of Valakampi. Looks busy, looks sunny, and
there's a lot of people about as well. So we're just gonna see how we can record with lots of people about. We have to like maybe find a spot. We're gonna stop at two beaches, so we're gonna stop here for a bit, and then we're gonna carry on to go into the other beach. But we mostly prefer. We've been here before, and I think we most prefer the further beach better than this one, but I can't remember which one, but we'll check it out and we'll see.
I think I remember last time when we were at the further beach, it was not very clean. There was a lot of trash around. And this one looks clean, so we'll see if that other one, the further one, is clean this year.
So we've changed our mind. We thought that we wouldn't stay at this beach for long. We thought to save some time, we might as well head to the second beach, the furthest one. So we just had our food, we just have a bit of snacks. So we're gonna see what lies ahead of us. It's very busy at this beach actually. There's a lot of people playing sports. It's a very good place for like locals and even people who are just come to visit here. Just come to check this out. You can like have a play in the river. The river is very clean as well, so definitely come check this place out. And we're off to the second beach.
Well, the track goes here, so we need to continue. Would you like to live here?
Yeah, it's very nice actually to live here. I wonder what's actually over those wooden fences. Is it actually like, they might have a pool in there, do you think?
No, I think it's a grass bed.
I think I'll show it on camera. I don't think I can see it, but I know I can maybe use it for my GoPro.
That's,
Yeah, it looks like it's grass. And there's a church up there. Right far ahead.
that's the street I think we visited on one of our treks.
Do you think?
Yes. The one with pilgrimage. The track, I don't remember which number, but we will put the video up. The one with a pilgrim walk. Stands the church from the track.
Just across the road. Across the river.
So finally we reached the last beach where the track ends, the second beach of Valakampi. Looks busy.
Well, it was a bit of a walk. I mean, the first beach was easy, but then when you have to get to the second beach, it's a bit of a trek. But I like this beach, it's much calmer here, yeah. So we're gonna get inside some water, gonna eat some more snacks, and let's enjoy ourselves here. Canoes as well passing through. So we're just going to be enjoying ourselves here, and that's it. We've now finished this trek. So yeah, we just had all day. Basically, we're just spending in the river, and now it's getting quite late now. So I think it's a good time to end the trek now. exactly where we are. Actually, there is just a signboard just behind us showing us that this is basically the ever end where the track finishes, basically. So yeah, so I recommend, this is a very good track. I would recommend you guys to definitely take this track.
Yeah, this is a good combination of sightseeing in the city with some history, then a nice nature walk, and then at the end you get a reward to dip in water.
Yeah, and also you have two choices. You could bring as well some snacks and foods, but there is also a restaurant just down there, but it's quite expensive. But there is something to eat if you're hungry. So I'll see you again on our next track. So keep following us, and we'll show you more adventures.